It's the sound of Zephyr. It's the sound of Zephyr. It's the sound of Zephyr.
Hello, hello, good evening, good morning, wherever everybody is from. Welcome to Young Reech Capital. This is Bitcoin Live on the 6th of May 2025. We are looking at Bitcoin on the 1 minute chart at the New York Open. Beautiful. We just have seen a beautiful pump on the BTC after a quick liquidity sweep of this low right here. Also these lows and this low as well, which is what I had mentioned in yesterday's live stream. As soon as we completed taking out these lows, we are going to be targeting this, is what I had said on yesterday's live stream. And that's precisely what has happened, because we saw all this choppy price action, right? And I was suggesting that this low was to be taken out right here. I was suggesting that this low would be taken out and the stops can be executed, and then we could get a move up. That's precisely what just happened at the New York Open. New York Open was right here at this level. So we had a quick liquidity sweep and then this move up. Beautiful. So what we're seeing right now is a kind of bullish momentum forming, since we have also broken up from this trend line. I am looking to take a long on Bitcoin. Hopefully we don't get such a deep retracement back into this. That wouldn't be too convincing for me to take the long. I would be convinced to take a long at this level, essentially a retest of this trend line, start taking support here and then go up to tap into this key level of $95,000. It's what I'm looking at the moment. Hopefully we do get a clean momentum to the upside rather than yesterday's manipulation and honestly irritating price action and annoying price action. This was yesterday's nonsense of a move on BTC, which pretty much wrecked all retailers. If you noticed, this is not something that any trader would enjoy trading. I did take a long as soon as we broke through this, but I had logged out of the live stream, and I also potentially suggested that once we break through this, we would get a move up, and that's precisely what we did yesterday. We had a successful trade as well. We did come out of the trade with a good, decent sized profit. Even though we got stopped out at the end, we did come out of the profit yesterday because we took 50% off of, it was this move right here. As I said, we would be getting rejected, and that's exactly what we did, and then we moved back up. After I ended the stream, I did take a long in my personal account out here. I took it all the way up to this level and I exited the position around here as soon as we broke down from this trend line, and then I just went to sleep. Woke up and didn't really see any trades in the Asia session, even though we did have a potential golden pocket retracement around the London session open. Saw this move down. massive move down actually. So overall, I personally didn't take any trades today in the morning. I was trying to find a good entry. I did take the short though. I did take a short. Yes, that's what I forgot to mention is I did take a short at this level. As soon as we started breaking down here, so it's just about an hour or two after the London session had opened up. This is where I took a short entry. I placed my stops above this high. I took my profits right around this region. As soon as I started seeing this move up, actually, I took my profits around this region right here. So that essentially gave me a small 300 point move. Nothing too great. Honestly, I could have taken profits way earlier at around this level. But I was hoping that the New York session would slightly dump a bit further. I had marked out some levels which I now cleaned up the chart so as to make it a bit easier to cleaner essentially for people to see. So what we're seeing right now is Bitcoin trying to test this trend line right here. This trend line. I am sensing a pretty good momentum. We are seeing a lovely bullish momentum forming on BTC. I am very gladly going to be taking it along at this level right here. This would be a lovely place to take along. Looks like we already are getting some good reactions on Bitcoin right here. What I'm going to be doing, marking this out, and then looking to possibly take along if we start closing. So I'm just going to target this, keep it simple. All right, this is the trade we're looking at, and boom, this is going to be our trade for today. All right, that's a 1.8 RR trade on BTC. This is a good time to take the trade. Live trade progress. There we go. This is a live trade on Bitcoin at the New York session. We are tagged into the trade. This is going to be our stop right below this low. And I'm going to be targeting this high. Just going to give us a quick 1.88 R risk to reward. So for $1, I am going to be making 88 cents essentially. I'm going to be making 1.88 cents, excuse me. So for every dollar, I'm going to be making $1.88. For every dollar I'm risking, I'm going to be making $1.88, just to be clear. So this is a good move. We have received confirmation of the trend towards the upside. I don't think we're going to break this because, let me tell you why. This is what we have seen right now. We have seen a potential retracement into the golden pocket from this low. And we're going to be looking to target, if we are looking to target something, I'm going to be looking to target this 0.25 and the 0.5 region. Essentially, this zone right here is what the market is going to be looking to target. Then we might come back down, possibly. We shall wait and see. But we are essentially tagged into the live trade on BTC. It's a quick scalp. It's nothing too hectic. It is a very low risk setup, small capital sizing, because I'm also expecting a retracement into the trend line, upper trend line that we have just broken out of. So I could also expect a retracement in here and then go. That's precisely why I have entered into this trade with a very low capital sizing and also place my stop loss just below this trend line. The reason I entered this trade is because I am seeing a really good and powerful momentum towards the buying side, towards the demand side. We have essentially received a very solid demand on Bitcoin. Simple supply demand strategy received a beautiful demand. Hopefully, we don't get a deeper retracement below this trend line. I'm hoping to stay within this zone, maybe this zone as well. Could be another area of purchase. Bids can be entered into this zone. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my stops just below this low, target this high. I'm going to leave my entry. I'm going to average in just to be clear. This is going to be my first entry and this is going to be my second entry right here. So my average is essentially going to come down to this level, right? This is my entry right here. I'm going to give the trade a little more breathing room so that I don't miss out on this trend line tap, because previously my stop loss was here, right? And whatever said and done, the trade likes to kind of come into the trend line and then go back up. So let's just give the trade a little bit of breathing room and wait and see what happens. I'm expecting a retest of this trend line and then we go back up, which is also going to line up with our golden pocket Fibonacci level. Going to come into this level and then we're going to target the 0.5 level. This level is definitely going to be taken out today. Mark my words, absolutely certain that this level, $95,000, is going to be tapped in sooner rather than later. Hopefully within this trading session we get a tag of this level. I would be very happy once we get tagged into this. And this is our first entry, and then this is going to be my second entry. This is going to be my stop right below this order block right here. As soon as we add to a position here, our entry from here is going to then average down to around this level. That's when I will show you what dollar cost averaging is. And this is a strategy that I do like to use every now and then, because the market is dynamic, right? And we have to be dynamic. I do not want to be missing out on small moves just because the market is volatile and sometimes the price action does run away from my initial entry or optimal trade entry, right? So sometimes the optimal trade entry zones do not get tagged in. So when those kind of situations happen, I like to dollar cost average in. It's quite simple. My first entry right here, this is going to be my second entry, and this is going to be my stop loss. We do have a balanced price range right here as well. So going to be quite certain that the price is not going to go below it. Let me mark that out. Usually BPR, balanced price ranges, are very strong, right? So you see this, what I've marked out in green right here is what is known as a balanced price range. This block, this green block right here, it is a slightly advanced ICT concept, but I personally feel like it's not gonna break this low you see right here. The price is not going to go below this, because we this is when a balanced price range forms, it is super strong, very strong, to be honest. All right, so I'm going to be looking to slowly add to this long position. See the second blue line that I've added here, that's going to be where I'm going to be adding to my position, right? All right, cool. Looking like it's going to stay quite clear within this zone. You see my stops are just below this BPR. This green box you see right here is called the BPR, balanced price range. I'm going to be setting my stops just below this because I'm quite certain that the price is not going to go below this BPR. It's gonna be right here. There we go. Actually, like this. Boom. So that's gonna give us a 2 hour. And once we add to this position, I'm gonna add to my long position at this blue line right here. Hopefully, we do not get a complete retracement into the major golden pocket right here. That would stop us out and essentially take us out of the trade, and we would have to incur a small stop loss and also essentially re enter the trade. I'm hoping that we don't convert this BPR, balance price range. This green box has to hold, which I'm quite certain is going to hold. All right, so we are looking like we can add to a position right here. I'm going to be adding a small position into my long at this level, because this blue line you see right here is the retest of this major trend line from this morning. As a matter of fact, the opening and the daily candle closed right around here. So this huge move of BTC right above this trend line is a signal that the price is now absolutely bullish. So I'm not going to be looking to take any shots. I'm going to be looking to add to my long position, which we already are tagged into right here. You see this first blue line, that is our entry. See this right here, that is the entry zone. This blue line right here, the second one right below, is going to be our second entry, which I have already started entering into. I am DCA, dollar cost average. Dollar cost average. All right. So, as I said, around this line is where I would be looking to add to the position. Now, my uh, average has come down to about this level, just below around this order block. Hold on, let me just recheck that. 94, 1. Yeah, around this level. Yeah, so this is essentially now my entry. Look at that. See, that's the beauty of dollar cost averaging, right? Is where you can make multiple trade entries, multiple trade entries where your average price, buying price or selling price, in this situation, in this example, it is a buy. So our average has now, our average was here, is now come down to this level, right? Then I'm going to be looking to just stay with it and hopefully wait it out and hit our target quite quickly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually reduce the TP level to a 2 hour trade, because I'm looking to close out the live stream soon. And for anybody who's looking to hold the trade, you can hold it all the way up to this 95k level. I'm going to try and keep it clear, this trade, and I want to hit the TP as soon as possible, because in the past 2 days we haven't been able to hit full TP, and that has slightly been a bit slow in terms of trade execution, at least in terms of psychology and confidence. So this trade, I would like to keep it at a simple 2 hour trade. 2 hour trade is what this trade is all about. And as soon as we hit TP, obviously the confidence levels are going to go up way more than the past couple of days, because the market has been a bit, for lack of a better word, manipulative, especially during the New York Open. So we are looking pretty good overall. gonna now take us into this trend line which we just got rejected out of. I have to be a bit more precise with the trend line. It's gonna look something like this. There we go. Right, so this is where we got rejected out of at this. Right, hope everybody can see this clearly. We are into a position on Bitcoin. Our first entry was out here, then we did make an additional entry here, which essentially brought our price to an average of this level right here. That is dollar cost averaging to you folks live, executed during the New York session on the 6th of May 2025. Make that clear as well. Oops. Excuse me. Chart on trading view is sometimes a bit glitchy. All right. There we go. Beautiful. What I'm looking at, and I'm hoping for a quick reaction to the upside. We are seeing some potential wicks forming on BTC, so not really liking this a lot. But there's nothing to worry about because BTC is going to be targeting this high very soon. This high right here, BTC is definitely going to target this. So let's keep it quite simple, and I'm going to look to target this actually rather than the 2 hour. I'm trying to tag out of this trade as soon as possible. As I said, I do want to close out the stream today soon because we also do have some altcoins to discuss, and I'd like to hit TP as soon as possible and increase the morale and the confidence of these trade executions, because the past few days we have been a bit volatile and unable to hit full TP, even though we haven't hit any red days. We only hit one red day in this past 5 days, let's say 6 days. We have only hit two red days in the past 6 days, and we've been green on 4 days, so which is overall pretty good. But because of the volatility and the price action being a bit funky, uh, you know, really honestly, the psychology has been a bit imbalanced. So with this trade hitting full TP at this level, the confidence levels will be boosted absolutely without a doubt. And as I said, look at the beautiful reaction, lovely reaction on BTC. It's going to be my safety line. So this is going to be another safety line right here. Let's mark it out, keep it simple. There we go. So now this is going to be a safety line. If we start closing below this level, I'm going to look to possibly exit this position with a small loss to then look to re-enter into a long at this level right here. Because for me to then hold the trade all the way to here would essentially result in me losing about 400 points, which I do not want to be getting into at this moment. I'd like to stay clear of such a big move to the downside, which I don't think is going to happen. So, which is why I have plotted this. See this white trend line? That's going to be my safety line. And of course, we do have this trend line as well, as it's going to be a double confirmation. So if we start closing below this trend line, then I'm going to be looking to cut this position out. But as I said, we have this beautiful balanced price range, which I have marked out in green box right here, which is a super strong support zone. Don't think it's gonna break through this, so I'm just gonna hold on to this trade, wait it out, take it easy, see what happens. Honestly, this BPR is really strong at this moment because we've also converted a bearish breaker, a bearish order block into a bullish one right here as soon as we got a close above. So we have multiple confirmations of a bullish momentum Bitcoin on the lower time frame. Just for this quick scalp, this is precisely the reason I've taken the scalp. Ha, Mr. Akil Yajman, what happening to Thailand? Happening, man. It's gonna happen probably in June sometime. Got to talk to Mr. Ankit and confirm it. We'll let you know as soon as we confirm the plans. We'll add you to the call and we will be fully updated. I will let you know. Chart is looking a bit messy, but I do like to have these trend lines on there just to give me some confirmation. As I said, we did take a rejection at this trend line right here. So overall, I'm hoping to target this as soon as possible rather than chop around here because I do want to get to the altcoins as soon as possible. We do have some cool altcoins to discuss today. Gonna be looking at Dogecoin, Dogecoin, and probably what else today? Gonna be looking at Zen, Zen token, and Dogecoin today. Dogecoin has always been favorites of a bunch of traders the past 5 years. We do have a lot of fresh tokens in the crypto market, a lot of new meme coins available to trade with, and also place some medium to low capital bids for this upcoming season, bull run season, one might say. So then we do have Solana as well, XRP, DAO, Pengu, Popcat. So I'm also probably going to be discussing Ethereum sometime in the near future. As I said, Ethereum is super bearish on the higher time frame. Until we break through the $2,000 mark, we are still going to be bearish and we're going to keep trading within a zone of a range of about $2,000 to the most recently created low of $1,470, if I'm not wrong. Let's see what was that low on Ethereum. That low on Ethereum was 4 hour chart will give us the precise marker of $1,385 was our local low on Ethereum. So as I have marked out here, this is going to be our Ethereum higher time frame range high, which is the 1,954 marker, essentially the $2,000 mark. This is going to be our lower range marker of $1,385. So until and unless Ethereum breaks through these levels, we are not going to see the price move further up. We are going to have to trade within this range for some time until we see some good momentum forming on the Ethereum chart. Honestly, Ethereum has been super bearish, so would refrain from suggesting any sort of trade on Ethereum right now for the long term. Best to just wait and see what happens on Bitcoin, then look for potential trade entries. Yeah, as I said, the price is looking to retest this trend line right here. Once we complete this retest, it's gonna make a good move to the upside. I'm damn sure that we're going to take this out. This high right here, what I've just marked out, is going to be taken out in the next 1 hour or two. Less than 2 hours, we're going to take out this high. So whether the price does that right away or maybe retraces it back into this BPR, this green box, and then goes back up, that doesn't matter because we are definitely going to take this out very, very, very soon. So we are now essentially at break even on this trade. This is our stop loss, this is our entry, and this is our full TP for a 1.5 trade. Excuse me, that is going to be, yes, 1.5 trade. So for every dollar, we're making $1.50 essentially. For every dollar that is being risked, we are going to be rewarded with $1.50. So that's a 1 is to 1.5 risk to reward on this trade. I think we're going to hit this TP very soon. Sooner rather than later, because look at this beautiful. All of this is a sign of bullish momentum. See this? This is a sign of bullish momentum. And this pattern that we are seeing right here with lower highs and higher lows is a bullish pattern after a move up. All of this price action is super bullish. Do not mistake this move down for a bearish move. It is bullish. What we saw yesterday was bearish because we had a massive move up and then we had an immediate move down. So when you see things like that, that's when you know that the market is being an a-hole. Total nonsense happened yesterday. It was a very uneventful trading day for Bitcoin. So it is precisely why I did not recommend too many trades yesterday. I closed out the stream with a minor profit, so we were overall in the green. Yeah, yesterday was quite a nasty trading session on the New York Open. And that usually tends to happen with Mondays. Monday blues. Excuse me. Yep, look at that. Beautiful reaction on Bitcoin. As I said, this all of this entire price action is bullish. There's nothing bearish about all of this. This is essentially orders accumulating. This is pure order accumulation. This is exactly what accumulation means. For the price to then start moving up, which is exactly why I have entered into a position on trade. Simple dynamic on this trade, the 1.5 hour trade. I have given the trade a bit of breathing room all the way here. If you're wondering why the stop loss is so wide between the entry and the TP, right? The take profit is right here, our entry is right here, and our stop loss is here. The reason why I have set it at such a wide zone is because the market is a bit volatile, of course, towards the bullish side, but I do want to be a bit dynamic on this trade. And I did dollar cost average on the live stream. If you rewind it, I did make my first entry out here, and then I did make a second entry out here, so which brought my average to about this level. So also that's one of the reasons. Plus, I do want to keep a little bit of breathing room because I did notice we'd have a balanced price range right here. And when we have a balanced price range, the market is going to respect it without a doubt because balanced price ranges are very strong. live on the stream. Also provided an insight into what dollar cost averaging here really means. Taken live. We're going to be hitting TP very soon. So be prepared to take profits at this level. That's where I'm going to be taking my profits. Simple trade, very simple trade. Not at all complicated. Also, with a bit of breathing room for the stop loss. As I said, we have this BPR. And also, a quick note is we are probably going to end up coming back into this BPR sometime in the next 24 hours, probably. So I would recommend another buying opportunity at this level, somewhere around this. I'm drawing these squiggly lines, but you can look at these levels at the 93,900 level. You can set your stop just below this order block here. So your trade would look something like this. If I show you, it would look something like this. You can target this high again. That would give you a simple 2-hour trade. This could be another opportunity to take a trade. But at the moment, this is all we have. I'm going to get rid of this. Simple execution on the Bitcoin live trade taken live on the Young Reach Capital YouTube live stream. Look at that beautiful reaction of the trade going through. Gonna hit our take profit level right here. Probably in the next candle or two on the 15-minute. We are on the 1 minute, so we're gonna have to probably wait for a bit. But I am glad that this trade is doing well because, as I said in the past couple of trades, it has been a bit volatile. Market has been volatile. Yesterday, especially, was slightly depressed. Almost all types of traders. Traders who went short here, traders who went long here, traders who went here, traders who also went long here got stopped out. So it was a tough. Of course, we did have this huge retracement. And as I said, I did take a trade in the break of this trend line. I took it all the way up to here and I exited my position as and when we broke down from this trend. And it was quite late for me, so I just went to sleep. I didn't really pay too much attention to all this because I was asleep. All of this was something going on during the post market hours of New York session. And then I did take a short trade out here today. It was the London session, just about an hour or two, 1 hour, 2 hours after the London session had opened up. Took a short position here and then I took it all the way down to this level. So overall, it has been a pretty good 2 days of trading on Bitcoin, except for yesterday's New York Open, which was extremely volatile, as I had said. And I did post a disclaimer on the live stream that we are going to be extremely volatile, so it's recommended not to take a trade. Even though we did take one and we came out of it with a small profit. But today's trade, I'm glad that we are looking clear. No tension at all on this trade. Super simple. I was also able to provide an insight into what dollar cost averaging is live on the trade. What I essentially did was enter into a position here and then I re-entered. I added to my position when the price was around this level. So we did essentially average out to this price. And right now we are at a 362 point profit on Bitcoin. So I would recommend taking 50% off here. That's what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 50% off of my trade at this level. Beautiful. So whatever runners are there, I'm just going to let it go. I'm also going to do another additional thing. I'm going to move my stop loss to break even. Make sure we do that. So set that in. There we go. Boom. That's it. Now we are completely and fully risk off on this trade. We are not going to lose out on anything. We have already booked 50% of our profit at this level, and I'm going to let the trade run and do its thing. This is going to be our full TP. We are just about 200, about 200 points away from our full TP, which is definitely going to get taken out very soon. But just to be clear and also boost morale on this trade, and as I always keep saying, to be completely risk off and clear, is best to stay with some profit rather than a loss. So, which is precisely why I have booked 50% of my profit at this level. Looking good. Beautiful. All right, beautiful. Looks like we are in a very great position on this. We have booked 50% of our profits, and I'm going to be closing out the live stream. It is 9 p.m. in India, and lovely, successful trade on this. Um, we'll be letting the trade run with whatever remaining position I have open all the way here. And I might also let some runners into this zone, into this 95,000 area. Hopefully, we don't get a deeper retracement from this. And we don't break down from the slow. That would be perfect. If we don't do that, if we do, then I'd still be looking to add some position into Bitcoin because we are bullish. Anyway, lovely, lovely trade today. As I said, I was going to be discussing some altcoins. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. I'm running a bit late today. So we will discuss Zen and Dogecoin tomorrow. Zen has also been one of the top runners of this season, past 6 months. Doge, as you know, is one of the favorites of many traders, has been for a while, and stayed consistent amongst traders. But I have not done a Dogecoin breakdown in quite a while, so we will be doing that tomorrow without a doubt. Absolutely gonna do that. Not gonna skip out on it. But that's it for today. We are looking good. We have successfully executed a beautiful trade on Bitcoin. We are completely risk off, stop loss to break even. We secured 50% of our profit, and also looks like we are probably going to hit our full TP within the next 2 minutes. Hopefully, we do. But even if we don't, we are overall in profit. We are looking great on this trade. And yes, look at that. Beautiful. What a candle going through into the end of this live stream. All right, glad to have provided this trade live, and beautiful pickup from yesterday's choppy price action with the New York Open. And as I said, I'm going to be doing some altcoins tomorrow, and we're going to take care of some previously discussed tokens like Sui and Fartcoin, Peanut, and Trump token as well, along with EOS and Ondo and Pendle. Excuse me, yes, Pendle as well. So these are the tokens that I'm going to be discussing. So, yes, please take care, trade safely, and I will see you tomorrow at around the New York Open. Looks like we are going to be hitting our full TP right away. Glad to have provided this trade live. Beautiful, beautiful trade going through, and just very close to hitting our full TP right here. So, all right, we're going to close out the stream on a great note of profit on a quick scalp on the Bitcoin trade. Beautiful, beautiful stuff happening right here, right in front of you, live, coming to you from Young Reech Capital. Great, great trade taken today. We'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully find a beautiful setup just like this as well tomorrow. And yeah, take care, and I will see you all on the next one.